Hello, I'm Jonathan Gregory. I'm Assistant Curator of Exhibitions at the International Quilt Museum in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'd like to talk to you today about Mary Gormley and the Mary Gormley collection here at the International Quilt Museum. I'm standing in front of Peony Variation, which Mary Gormley made in 1992. She entered it in the Nebraska State Fair and won a first prize. Mary is a significant figure in Nebraska quilt making in the last 60 years. She began quilt making when her children were young in the 1960s, and she also began collecting quilts. We have the Mary Gormley collection at the International Quilt Museum, which consists of nearly 600 objects. 300 of those objects are doll quilts, and the remainder of the objects include doll furniture and doll bed dressings, as well as quilts made by Mary and historical quilts that she collected. We're very pleased to have the Mary Gormley collection here, as it represents a particular part of quilt making in the United States. Mary's significance in the Nebraska quilt making, in addition to her collecting, was that she began teaching quilt making in about 1970. And the women that she taught in her home shortly thereafter helped her form the Lincoln Quilters Guild in 1973. In that same year, Mary and some of those guild members traveled to Iowa City, Iowa, where they saw the Jonathan Holstein and Gail Vanderhoof collection of quilts at the University of Iowa Art Museum. She came back to Lincoln with those friends and said, we need to have an exhibition of quilts at the University of Nebraska's Art Museum, the Sheldon Museum of Art. And in 1974, such an exhibition occurred. Mary also was instrumental in the Guild sponsoring one of the first symposiums on quilts in 1977. In 1987, she was part of a group of women from the Guild, which founded and conducted the Nebraska Quilt Project. That project documented at least 5,000 quilts in the state of Nebraska. And the book that was published as a result of this grassroots research project won the Frost Prize from the Smithsonian Institution. So we're happy to have this collection. We're happy to recognize Mary's gifts to the state of Nebraska and her part in the creation of the International Quilt Museum.